Good day, everyone. It's your girl, Precious Williams, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. I'm also coming to you live. Welcome to the Keeping It Real show with the killer pitch master, Precious Williams. So excited to have you all here today. As you know, we go live every Wednesday. Haven't quite picked the perfect time. I've done 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and now I'm doing 2 o'clock. And so today, we're going to answer the question, the very, very important question. Is pitching dead? Now, y'all know as a killer pitch master, I can't allow y'all to ever think that pitching is dead. Maybe it's changed forms, but it is definitely not dead. So as we begin, I want to, acknowledge the people that are in the room. Hi, Quisha. Hey, Najima. Hey, Sally. It's so good to have you all here with me today. And so, for some of you who do not know me, I am Precious Williams, the killer pitch master in Fortune 500 companies, top nonprofits, foundations, successful corporate executives, entrepreneurs, and speakers hire me to help them slay all competition. I help clarify your message with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. And I help you stand out in a crowded marketplace by creating your own lane. So no matter what industry you're in, no matter what industry you're in, my job is to help you stand out. And as you all know, some of you are in corporate America, some of you are entrepreneurs, some of you are speakers. It's very important that you learn the art of public speaking as well as pitching. Are they the same? No, not at all. Hey, Tamika. Hey, William. So good to have you all here with me. And so, as a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, it is my job and my privilege to bring pitching into mainstream America, to bring it, to elevate it into an art form, but also to share with you my tips, tricks, techniques, advice, anything to set you on your merry way. So I'm gonna, hey Megan from International Association of Women. I want to thank you all. Tamika, she is here from Weibo. Y'all gonna hear my phone periodically go off. I really like to have everything around me so that I stay constant and aware of whatever is going around me. And so I want to ask each and every one of you, do you believe that pitching is dead? Do you think elevator pitching is dead? Do you think that investor pitching is dead? Do you think that speaker pitching is dead? Interview pitching is dead? Do you think that media pitching is dead in today's world? Do you think it's dead? Even in the midst of a pandemic, social unrest, and an economic downturn, do you all believe that pitching is dead? And I'm going to share with you why I don't believe it's dead at all. For example, as I wait for some of you to reach out to me to tell me how you're feeling about the situation, one of the things that I want you all, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off so that it doesn't keep overwhelming me. So I definitely want to spend the time really being focused on you all. No, pitching is not dead. In fact, you know what? Every time I speak, I'm pitching. Every time you speak, you're pitching. Every time you are talking to someone about something that's going on in your life, your career, your business, your brand, a new book that you're introducing, you're pitching. And I always tell people, you talking about that no good man and that no good woman in your life, that job you hate, the things that you don't like doing, you want them interested in you. So when I wake up in the morning, one of the things that I love to do is I do my devotionals, I pray to God, I get started on my work. Like, it's not that I'm a workaholic, but I love what I do. And when someone really, 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 really loves what they do, they would do it for no money. But we live in a society where, you got to live, you got to eat, and you got to breathe. So let me tell you what some people are saying. Some people are saying no. Derek is saying no. Megan is saying Megan is saying no, but there is a lot of noise that you have to break through. So true, Megan. Najima says, have those sound bites ready. Girl, that's why they call me a bad bitch with a power pitch. What? Keep it real, homies. And Geraldine says, no, it's even more critical today. Geraldine, so happy to have you. Jonathan, I'm so happy to have you too. So no, pitching is so not dead. Pitching is so not dead. And that's why it's very important that we have this conversation today. You're going to hear from a lot of people who are going to tell you that, oh, pitching, no one cares about it. Oh, pitching is not really that big of a deal. And I'm here to tell you that it really is the difference between life and death for your business. I really want to tell you that. It's really the difference between life or death for your business. If you're not able to fully articulate what it is that you do, how you put it out in the marketplace, what makes you different, your secret sauce, I really, 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 really want you to know that pitching can never be dead. Human communication, touch, yes, even though we're doing virtual engagements right now, people still want to know that you're still here. They can see you. They can see your face and everything. Have you ever noticed when you're on virtual events, people want you to turn on your camera because no one wants to stare at a picture. They want to know that they're connecting with you. It's just like when you go into a real networking situation. People want to see your eyes. Are you interested in what they have to say? So it's very important that we realize that pitching is so not dead. So thank you for giving me your thoughts so far on why you think pitching isn't dead. I really appreciate that. So, and Najima said, that's right. So so now that we've all established that pitching is still important, what do you think it has changed forms? I personally do. Now, when I used to get on LinkedIn, and I'm gonna be honest, can I keep it real with y'all? Can I keep it real on the Keep It Real show? I used to get on LinkedIn like when I first got back on in 2018. I used to just spam people with, hey, I'm Precious Williams. Uh, you know, book me for your speaking gigs and stuff like that. I didn't take time to get to know people. Now, when you're pitching to media, that's one thing. But when you're just pitching to regular, everyday people, people who work in different companies, corporations, nonprofits, foundations, I just spammed them with all information about me. But I never took the time to figure out what was going on in the news, what was going on with donor participation levels, donor donations, what was happening in their company that I could be able to speak to. Do you see how that's very different from just saying, buy my stuff, book me? That's very different, right? Hi, Vincent. Glad to have you. Hey, Sally. So, do you see how that's very different? When you're pitching, of course, we want to speak to the company's pain points. We want to speak to what you want to address what's really happening. What's really happening in the world today? We know that Joe Biden just elected Kamala he's just selected California Senator Kamala Harris to be his running mate, to be his vice presidential nominee. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And you know what they're doing right now? They're doing the media rounds. So what they're doing is they're pitching her to the general public. We know her background for the most part, but do we really know her? Now that she's a vice presidential nominee, she's going to start debating. And in each of her debates, she's going to be pitching. She's going to be pitching to middle America. She's going to be pitching to the upper crust, the 1%. She's going to be pitching to people at all levels to share that she has an American dream and she wants to see you all, us all, achieve the American dream. What kind of policies are they going to put in place? What are the first 100 days going to look like? Isn't this true? Isn't this true, everybody? What she's doing is she's going to be pitching herself. So what you think you know about her, you're going to hear so much more now. She is no longer a candidate for the Democratic presidential nominee. She is now selected as the vice presidential candidate. She's now the vice presidential nominee. That is awesome. So what she's going to do is spend her time. And Joe Biden has to go out there and he has to pitch himself. He has to pitch himself to the general public. He has to make sure that everyone sees him as a strong, virile candidate that can take on Donald Trump. What is Donald Trump going to do now? He's going to have had 4 years in office. 4. What is he going to talk about? Do you see why pitching ain't dead? We all do it. You think politicians don't pitch? When they're talking about what's happening with the stimulus package, PPP, what's going on with businesses, small businesses, big businesses, medium-sized businesses, they have to be able to communicate that in a way that's palatable for middle America, Main Street, upper crust, all of that. So hey, Linda, how are you? How are you? And like I said, I'm going to periodically pull in some of what you all are saying to me. So do you see why pitching can never be dead? It can never. It may change forms. We've been going through a pandemic, an economic downturn, and social unrest. That's all you've heard in the news. You haven't really been hearing about the presidential election the way you really would had these things not been happening, right? So now what do you think the news cycle is going to do? They're going to pivot. They're going to pivot from talking about those things to really focusing on the candidates. So now you're going to get a big media pitch everywhere you go, from CNN to MSNBC to regular news. And then in the midst of all of that, there's other news outlets that are going to focus on celebrities now, right? They're going to focus more and more on celebrities. What are celebrities doing? All of this is a pitch, y'all. So please believe pitching ain't dead. And let me see what's going on in the comments, because I want to make sure I hear y'all. So what does Sally say? Sally says, I'd love to invite you to do a live presentation on this topic on my Facebook page. Sally, you know what I like about you? That's your pitch to me. Sally, let's wrap afterwards, okay? Vincent is here from the Colgate Group. Good afternoon from New York. Vincent, it's such a pleasure to have you. Quisha says, media pitch booming. I'm trying to tell y'all. And let me ask you this question. Who's ready to pitch now? Like, who needs to be pitching a book, a brand, a business, a product or service? Who's ready to, who needs to be doing that? Do you think pitching is dead, or has it changed forms? Najima says that she has 15 years of work experience in federal government research around education, pensions, and defense. These are all daily issues that are relevant to the public. I should be pitching my experience as a pundit. Najima, why aren't you? Why aren't you? And don't give me queen that you don't know nobody, because I started with not knowing anybody. What I want you to do is take what you're learning today, or we're just having a real conversation. I want you to start going on LinkedIn and start reaching out to booking producers. And you know how to use a LinkedIn where you can put in different searches, and start reaching out. And afterwards, if you want to, get into my messages, we can talk about it. Okay. But pitching yourself as a public is an excellent way of establishing your brand. You have 15 years of research experience. You know what's going on in policy and stuff like that. Get out there, queen. Linda says, hey, Linda. Okay, let's see. Carmen, look at Kelly. Now, Kelly, Kelly runs a group, a women's group called Ladies Who Leverage. It is a membership-based organization that helps women collaborators and collaborate with each other to get their businesses, if they're starting, get it off the ground, to grow and to exceed all expectations. So Kelly, yes, and Kelly just signed a big deal. So don't think I forgot about you, Kelly. Okay. Yes, Najima, I'm on it. She said, I'm on it. We're going to be doing it and doing it and doing it well, Najima. Okay. Sally says, I pitch daily. I'm seeking new ideas to pitch. Sally, would you offer, what do you usually pitch on? Give me a subject that you usually pitch on. Okay. And see, Emil, I hope I'm saying your name right. Candidate backgrounds, bio, ethnic makeups, family backgrounds. That's a psychological pitch. Liberal media is looking to revitalize the Obama energy with Kamala Harris. So see, all of this is part of the pitching game, right? And like what Emil said, it's the psychological pitch. All the candidates, all the main candidates you have, President Donald Trump, you have Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, you have California Senator and Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris. You're going to get an onslaught of pitching now. They're going to be doing the debates. They're going to be going head to head. They're going to have their ads out. They're going to have the PACs, the major PACs. So you're about to see a whole lot you have not seen before. And so, not to make this a whole political pitch, but I just want to show you that pitching can't be dead. It's just changing forms. So focusing on the media pitch today, that would be great. But also, they're all giving you elevator pitches. Have y'all been getting these things on your phone? Like, let's say you're watching YouTube and they'll say, hey, donate $1 to the Democrats. I need you to answer a question. And they'll have the thing on there that says live. It can't be live if I keep seeing you all day long, all night long, the next day. But, you'll see that. That's a pitch, and they're telling you run out of time. Get on this as fast as possible. That's a pitch, and that's a call to action. What do we talk about in pitching? We talk about who you are, what you do, who do you service. We talk about the basics of pitching. We need to have a call to action. What you're asking people to do is donate to the campaign, donate to the fundraising goal. All of this, y'all. All of this. So hold on. I want to make sure I see all y'all. So Linda says she's been pitching her business more frequently. Linda, the more you pitch and the more you stay visible. This is important. That's why pitching isn't dead. Okay, Dr. Carmen says, yes, you have the message. You make the message so relevant in several areas. You the queen, girl. Yeah, I know. I gets it. And then Vincent says, Sally B. Waller, sure connected. Shoot me a message. Do you see what's happening in the comments? That is why we do these. That's why I do this LinkedIn Live, keeping it real. I don't think y'all come here to hear me go perfect. I think y'all come here to hear a realistic from the killer pitch master as a 13-time national champion. When people speak to me, I hear, most people hear words. I hear specific words that are being said and aren't being said. I can hear when someone is uncomfortable in their pitch. I can, and it's not just from body language. You can just hear the words they're saying. Who are they really talking to? Have you ever met someone who spoke and you knew you weren't the target market, but they think you are? Like I once had a young man talk to me about the esoteric things. He was talking about, he helps women rediscover who they are and everything. And I sat there like this. I said, this has nothing to do with me. I said, I'm aggressive, I'm ambitious, and I'm in your face. I don't have to rediscover who I am. I know who I am. I'm trying to figure out who you are because your message doesn't resonate with me, which means I'm not your target market. And so because I'm not your target market, we need to find out who your target market is. Is it the scared woman? Is it a middle age? Is it a woman of a certain age? Is it millennial? Who is it? But it's not women like me. And once you're clear on who you're speaking to, and that's why you're going to see different types of pitches from these political candidates, these political people. You're going to hear different types of pitches. How are they speaking to middle America? Are they speaking about jobs? How are they speaking to what they consider the lower class, working class? How are they speaking to the 1%? You're going to see different messages. What words are they stressing each of those messages? You're going to see that, right? Okay. Let's see. Let's see, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. No pitching is even more critical in this pandemic era. As a woman, I'm constantly defending my rationale on issues I agree with sound bites. Yes, you really want to be able to speak in sound bites, but not everybody else can get there that fast. So because you can speak in sound bites, go girl. You know how we do. But pitching is a skill and you can learn and build upon it. I've had 25 years as an international professional speaker. I've been a pitch master since 2013. Learning how to speak in sound bites is beautiful. And I know several people who are talented at speaking in sound bites. And that's what political candidates have to get good at. I promote voice lessons at EPK Design and Hosting, my website. Sally, I don't know what EPK is, and sometimes you're going to have to spell things out because I may not understand. But thank you so much for letting us know. Najima said she reached out to you, Sally. Great comment, Emil. Okay, do you provide pitch training for individuals to define and refine their messages? Dr. Carmen, yes, I do. Please reach out to me after this LinkedIn Live is over. The Keeping It Real show with Precious Williams is over. Yes, I provide for Fortune 500 companies, top nonprofits, foundations, individual successful women, corporate executives, speakers, and entrepreneurs. Yes, I work with women just like you, doctor. Let's see, Kelly, disrupting. So Kelly Charles Collins, look at what she does. She speaks on, and she's an expert in disrupting unconscious bias, bystander intervention, and having courageous conversations about race and racism. They're all relevant right now. It's a great time to have these types of expertise. And Kelly, it's a great time to be paid for your services too, and not to accept that people are saying they're not paying for these. No, ma'am. You deserve to be compensated if you're experienced in this level of the game. Electronic press kit, get it, girl, get it, girl. So anyway, now that we've talked about why is it still important and how it has changed forms, let's talk about this. Do you feel that people in a time like this, within a pandemic, a social unrest, an economic downturn, that you need to cut to the chase more when you're talking to people? So we all know that relationship building is very important when it comes to pitching. But do you need to cut to the chase more when you're talking to certain individuals? Do you need to be all over the place, taking them all around the world? Or do you need to address their pain points right from the very beginning? What do you all think? Or does it depend on the situation? See, for the political candidates, they can't run and hide from anything right now. Because it can be the difference between winning and losing. That close. One bad joke, one bad gaffe, all of that matters at this stage of the game. You're not just a regular candidate anymore fighting around a sea of others. If you all remember back in the day when When they had the Republican debates and the Democratic debates like years ago, one of the things you notice is the media always focused on the person who was the strongest and who will go head to head with you. What did you notice about Donald Trump? He didn't back down. And I'm not saying this as, that's necessarily the best thing, but what did you notice? The media bowed down to him. They bowed down because they had never seen a personality like that. You can keep trying to attack him. He's going to come back hard. And many of us who grew up in the inner city know what that is. It's like, you can bring up all my bad stuff. I may tell it first. But when you put on the veneer of perfection, it's a problem because people start nitpicking. What do you think? What do you think happens on social media? Now they're fact checking everything. And even when they fact check everything, does that stop people from rooting for this particular person or this particular person? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Okay, let's see what Vincent says. I think the communication to the person and not the group is super important in these times, and that means understanding who you are speaking to is not just screaming your can message. Vincent, give it up for Vincent. It is like, I don't want it to be that everybody thinks they have to be gregarious like me to pitch. You can be a quiet storm, but your message doesn't have to be canned. But you know what they used to say about Bill Clinton, that he would hold, like, when he met you, he would hold your hand and it was almost like you're the only person in the room. That's skill. That's skill. All the people in the room and you feel like you're the only one he's talking to. That's making it individual and not group. You see what I'm saying? Merlan, am I saying your name right? Yes, it depends on the audience. Yes, Queen. Okay, so Dr. Carmen says, perfect. I run a nonprofit for women to create systems, legacies, and to become recession proof. We just pitched and got a financier to partner with our organization to provide women of color with biz startup and acceleration money. But they need a Pitch Pro segment. Dr. Carmen, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, got it. Okay, Sally. Yes, Sally said done. Najima says, I'm looking for podcast guests. If you're interested in being a guest on my podcast around current events, please reach out to me. If you have something to say about disruption, sustainability, and social justice across all industries, please reach out to me. Did you catch the forecast? About to catch it now? Ow! Ow! So all of you, let's be clear. Let's be clear on what's really going on here. Let's be clear. Is pitching dead? And as we have gone through this, we're looking at through the lens of what's going on in the political world. But let's take it down to the business world. You're still receiving messages every day. You're receiving messages, in your inbox about going on vacations, getting back on planes, virtual trainings, master classes. All of these people are throwing things at you to see if they stick. Have you ever asked yourself the question, what is it about one particular person's message that resonates with you more than others? What is it? I was doing something in ClickFunnels. I think his name is Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels. And we were doing this exercise, because I was doing the OFA challenge. And I like those sort of things because you really get in, right? And it was about, think of the last thing you bought. And let's say you bought it online. Look at the copy that was used. Did they do this, that, and the other? And I was like, yo, not only is there a science and an art and a science to pitching, but that shows up in sales copy too, because it's a pitch. How have you been pitching yourself? Have you switched up the game? I'm going to ask you that question. Have you been switching up the game? Let me tell you something. I wish I could show y'all my LinkedIn messages. So yesterday, a woman that I went to college with years ago, she reached out to me and she said, hey, Precious, do you do group trainings for organizations, nonprofits? Now, y'all may think she should have known that. No. You may see my face all the time and still not know what I do unless you go specifically to what, and then you're like, wait, I still have a question. So I responded. And she was just like, okay, well, how much do you charge? But before I started going into how much I charge or what my rates are, I wanted to do my due diligence and know how many people am I speaking to? How many times am I speaking? The due diligence part. And she got back to me. So then I sent her over my rates. And, I'm waiting to hear back from her. But do you see how when you're visible, people will respond to you when they need you, right? So a lot of times people don't need you in that moment, but when a need comes up, they're thinking of you. So then I spoke at an event. I don't know if it was this week or last week. A woman from a top healthcare practice, just because I can't think of what top healthcare big company. She reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Precious, I caught your session on such and such and such and such. I think that would be good for our company. What are your rates?" Think about that, y'all. When you're speaking, let's say you have speaking engagements, Najima, so you're going to be on these, you want to be booked and busy on not just podcasts, but on these major networks talking about legislative policy, research, and all sorts of kind of stuff. You want to take these opportunities to get booked for other things, which is why you stay visible on social media. You let people know what it is you have coming up. You all, that's what you keep doing. That's what you keep doing. And you will attract people to you. Am I right or wrong? But if you just sit in the background and hope people come to you, it's not going to work. That's why these political candidates, that's why they're always screaming in your face about donate to this. This is what we're interested in. This is our platform. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So let me look, y'all. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. Let's see. Najima said booked and busy. Yeah, baby. I'm hashtag booked and busy all day, every day, as we say from the hood. Okay. Thank you, Precious, for the form. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. So now that we have gotten through this and we know that pitching isn't dead, let's talk about relationship building. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. Now that you all are becoming even more familiar with the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show, we're here every Wednesday, either between 11 a.m., 12 p.m., or 2 p.m. Just trying to figure out what's a sweet spot, and I always get a lot of people, so I'm really thankful that you guys are really excited about what we're doing. The one thing I really want you all to know that when it comes to pitching, don't forget about your relationships right now. Are you asking people in your network to help you get yourself out there even more? Are you making the big ask? Are you putting yourself out there? And I know for some of you, you might be scared and think that people are going to make fun of you. They're going to make fun of you one way or the other. Why don't you give them a show? Give them a show. People talk about me all day long. I love it. What else can you? It is what it is. I'd rather you talk about me than to be. I'd rather be. What did I say? I'd rather be a has been than I never was. When I was on Shark Tank, my biggest my biggest my biggest reason for being on Shark Tank is because people said I couldn't do it. They said that no fat black girl with no Ivy League degree would ever get on Shark Tank. They'd embarrass me. Do you know I didn't get embarrassed and I schooled the sharks? Would that shock you? I don't get afraid of those kinds of things. I'm more afraid of being anonymous and dying with my dream in my heart and not helping the people that I want to help. People get into politics for many reasons, but I believe a lot of people really want to help other people, and when they get in, they realize it's not as easy as they think it is. But they really sincerely want to help the people in their community and go higher and higher and higher to be of service. And that's what I aim to be with the Keeping It Real show. Is to be of service to you all and not give you the fluff and the bull that you're getting out in this world. Six days to six figures. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. I want you all to know that it takes work to get here and you're worth it. You're worth it. Hey, Amarimba. Well, my client's coming through. That's my girl with the Talum Foundation. She helps young girls learn about entrepreneurship, etiquette, and everything. Amarimba, put your information in there just in case we have some people who want to donate to your foundation and making sure that their summer program is well provided for this summer. Okay, Najima, thank you so much for being here. Amarimba. Yes, yes. And I thank you all for being here. And as we're coming up to the end of the program, I never want to keep you guys more than 30, 35 minutes. I want you all to know how much I truly appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you. Is there any other final questions that you all want to ask me? Please ask me. And as you all know, I wrote a book called Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for women entrepreneurs and speakers only. If you want to know some great pitching tips, tricks, and techniques, I suggest you get the book. It is available for $20 and I will hand sign it and send it to you. Yes, you can get it on Amazon. Yes, you can get it on Walmart.com. Yes, you can get it at Target. Yes, you can get it at Barnes and Nobles. But if you want a hand signed copy of my book and also my workbook, I will personally put it in the mail and mail it to you. For many of us who are authors, we get a kick out of people getting our books and learning so much about what we put our heart and souls into. I've been speaking professionally since I was 16 years old, and I still get a kick out of everything that I get to do. In fact, I wrote a pitch this morning around 3:30, and my client got it. And right before we got on, he was just like, "You killed it." So thank you all, and I hope that every time you come to this show, you learn something new. So I'm gonna go back to comments. Okay. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you for saying it's a solid info. I truly appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Amarimba, hey, hey. Linda, thank you so very much. Yes, Amarimba, this is the Talent Foundation. They're currently accepting donations to make sure that the young girls in Brooklyn, I'm trying to remember where in Brooklyn, but it's Brownsville. I think it's Brownsville, Brooklyn. They need you all right now. So if you can donate your time, you can donate money. They really appreciate it. Jessica, no, my book is not on Audible yet, but we're planning for that, darling. Cheryl, thank you so much for being here. You are speaking the truth. I know that now that I'm posting daily, I'm getting additional contact. Get it, boo, get it, boo, get it, boo. That's what we're doing to keep it real. Show with Precious Williams, the killer pitchmaster. I love what I do, and I want you all to connect with each other. This is a show for you all. It's not about me. It's about having a real show where you all are going to learn something. It's not, you're learning that pitching isn't dead. It may change forms. You may start noticing now how people pitch. You may notice what's a good pitch and what's a bad one. You may notice that your pitch needs to be changed up. And I'm here to help you every step of the way. My website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Again, that's www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. There it is right there. And please reach out to me. My email address is precious@perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. And then also, if you want to order my book, Bad Bitches Empowered Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only, I really thank you. So let me see if there are any other comments. Let's see. Is there any other comments? Okay. So let me go to comments. Okay. So Sally says, thank you. Her website is singingflat.com. The Talent Foundation is headquartered in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Megan, I love you. Thank you for all the International Association of Women has done for me. And for all the women on here, if you're thinking about joining a women's organization, in addition to Ladies Who Leverage, in addition to Tandra Price's WIN, please consider becoming a member, as I am, of International Association of Women. It is a bomb group. They have virtual meetups. They have virtual networking. They have speakers that come in. Bomb.com. Megan, drop the info. Okay, and Lamont says, "Come speak on my show if I have time." Lamont, please go to my DM and let me know how I can be utilized on your show. Okay, and Najima. Okay, Najima put in her LinkedIn.com profile. If you want to be a guest on her show, please let her know. Please reach out to her. Najima, it's always a pleasure to see you. And Jessica, do you support with identifying target market? Yes, I do. And with the great benefit of having two great business coaches, I can help you do a gap analysis too, Jessica. So please reach out to me in my DMs. I've so enjoyed being here with all of you all today. I'm gonna see if there's any other things. Megan, if you're still on here, do you want to drop the information on International Association of Women? I think it's www.iawomen.org or .com. I could be, oh, there it is. Okay, so Megan, I just dropped the information for iawomen.com. You all have blessed my life. You blessed my life. If I said anything today that resonated with you on Is Pitching Dead, please, please, please like, comment, and share. I want to see the comments. I want y'all to share this video out. I want to take this. I want to be one of the top LinkedIn content creators. And I want to do it with my own flair. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I don't want to be like anybody else. It's all about really shining and creating your own lane. And that's how you do it, through the art and science of pitching. Again, my name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. And I am the host of the Keeping It Real series here on LinkedIn Live every Wednesday. Be here or be square. If there are no more comments, hey, Quisha said you must step up and show out. Pitch, you know, is pitching bitching? Hell yeah. That's what the article that Forbes magazine wrote about my book is pitching bitching. So if I wrote the book Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only in the accompanying workbook, which both debuted at number one and are number one bestsellers, know that you can create your own lane too through the power of the killer elevator pitch, media pitch, investor pitch, and speaker pitch. Till next time, everyone, please like, comment, and share this video. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Mwah. Is there anything else? Let me see. Have a great day, sis. Bye, Kelly. Bye, everybody. Talk to you later. And please, for those who need to get in my direct messages, I'll see you soon. Bye.